Hello, my name's Zach, and this is my presentation on Yosemite. Yosemite National Park was established October 1st, 1890. Yosemite was the central idea of the national parks and the Yosemite Grand Bill, which was meant to protect parks against development and holding the land for public use. The bill was signed by Abraham Lincoln in 1864. Galen Clark and other people helped lobby this idea and the bill. Efforts to save the valley and preserve it took around 16 years from when the bill was first put into play and the actual signing. A few years later, John Muir used the influence of as a conservationist and a writer to make the park larger than just the valley, and he got it extended. This push was mainly because of the people logging the giant sequoias and the sheep and other cattle overgrazing the meadow, as well as other damage. His camping trip with Theodore Roosevelt played a large role in getting federal protection extended throughout the park. Muir pretty much paved the way for the national park system. The park is unique in many ways and full of history, hence why people have put so much effort in help protecting it. Within Yosemite, a lot of different plants and animals thrive. There are around 7,000 plant types in California, and 20% of that can be found in Yosemite, including 160 rare plants as well as 130 non-native plants. There are some non-native plants that have been removed continuously in Yosemite, such as star thistle, bull thistle, sweet clover, and blackberry. Um, Two of the blackberries are Himalaya and cut leaf, and another plant would be large periwinkle. These plants can impact the ecosystem in the park, like increasing the fire danger and adding more nitrogens in the soils so that more of the non-native plants can thrive. Star thistle alone, with its root system, can take all the water before it reaches most native plants. Yosemite has 5 major vegetation zones: woodland, lower, and upper montane forest, subalpine zones, and alpine. Not only are these areas loaded with trees from other um, species such as oak, cedar, sequoia, juniper, firs, and pines, but serve as a home for animals. Yosemite has over 250 species of wildlife: amphibians, birds, fish, mammals, reptiles, and insects all dwell here. About 40 species are endangered in the park. 3 species, grizzly bear, California red-legged frog, and the foothill yellow-legged frog, are believed to be gone completely. But on the other hand, there is a few new species of life here called Pusidodone scorpion. The scorpion spider-like insect lives in Yosemite thallus caves, which were formed from falling rocks. Yosemite started to form around 100 million years ago from cooled magma chambers from the ancient volcanoes, which was part of a subduction zone. This created a huge piece of granite that makes up most of the Sierras. Yosemite is in the heart of this formation. Millions of millions of years of erosion exposed these rocks and removed the volcanoes. The weight was relieved, causing the crust to move, which helped to erode the material above the granite. This movement, or upward lift, with the basin in the range continental rifting, helped shift the elevation of the eastern Sierras above the 10,000-foot elevation. This tilt shifted streams and the angle of repose towards the central valley. The steepness started to increase the gravity, which carried more water and material down faster. This speed cut more canyons out of the mountain along with its glacier counterpart. As Yosemite got colder, it was now ready to freeze, and the glaciers and the ice fields formed all along the top of the mountain's edge. The weight of these glaciers started to move down to the valleys, carving out rock and other loose rock and debris, finally washing out into the Central Valley. This formed a lot of Yosemite's lakes, canyons, valleys, domes, and fractures. Fractures are special in ways because they don't move, so there's no there's no faults, and they can create joints that hold silica, which helps mold a lot of the domes in the area. Fractures, vertical fractures, and exfoliation joint planes control where and how fast erosion happens. Erosion forms from many things in Yosemite. Many lakes take on sediments, which form the meadows in the park. Yosemite Valley was once a lake, but transformed into a meadow. This is part of the cycle or the ecosystem in which the park was made. Millions of years of transformation of Yosemite is like a canvas for life that we see today.